For about a year or so, Fortnite has been running the Reload Elite Series, a duos tournament where the top placing duos in all 4 finals can qualify to the Esports World Cup in Saudi Arabia at the end of the year. Now, we've had duo reload tournaments and even squad tournaments, but ever since the release of Reload, we haven't had a single proper solo reload tournament. But that's exactly what I decided to change. I decided to run a solo reload FNCS, where the top 3 players in the entire tournament can win money and increase their earnings. Now, this was more of a mini FNCS as there weren't that many people playing it. Out of the people that were playing it, there were quite a few good players, and there was a few choices as to who would win this tournament, but it got really close in the end. So stick around and see how that goes.
We have Batsy over here, dropping a top tier training, playing some Storm. Seeing a lot of players doing the same thing. Aiden as well, playing Storm in Elite Armory. So Rule and Aiden are right beside each other. Do they know it? Opposite sides of the POI, but they could very well run into each other unexpectedly. Tix taking a little different approach than the rest of the lobby. Kiki on the very opposite side of the map than everyone else. And Dash just dropping Elite Experiments. No worries about anyone else. Everyone is looking to play their end games out, spread across the map very well. Actually taking a smarter approach here, utilizing the tunnels and Storm to get around. Remember, this is for money and this is game 1, so how you place in this game really matters. Kiki is really piling up sort of like a loot stash in case he ever needs to come back. If he gets eliminated, he can respawn on this loot. And Dash got the mythic Boombo. This is the kind of plays we wanted to see, seeing mythics and exotics being used. Now, one thing you may notice immediately is that this lobby does only have 8 players playing. So if you do want to compete in these tournaments for money, if you're a good player, this is pretty much free earnings for you. So do join the Discord. The link will be in the description. These are pretty much the best 8 players in the entire Discord server. Now, when you do have these 8 players playing, you do have that sort of really easy early game most of the time where all the players are landing very spaced out. So we pretty much have the best competition we could have. These players are well versed and competitive, and Aiden is just emoting. Kiki dealing with a max pull here. You need to see what he's gonna do here. If 6 zone pulls even further, then it creates a very bad situation for you. Dash is still playing Storm here. He's going to be able to pull that 5th zone though and rotate in on dead side, which is going to be really good for him, but he doesn't have any white heals right now. Dash knows that 5th zone in Reload is not a 2-tick. It is 6th zone in Reload that becomes a 2-tick Storm. So he knows that he doesn't have to immediately worry about that, and he does have gold to buy that medkit he needs. And he's going to throw it forward, maximize value out of that medkit. Sinks is just playing edge here. It looks to be someone very close to him, and that would be Shank. Shank is the IGL in his duo, so he knows the importance of positioning. In Battle Royale, a lot of the times you can't spend these kind of mats, but when there's nobody around here, and he knows he can free farm his brick, he can spend that kind of material. Batsy looks to be playing more of a dead side on edge, and he's going to see where zone pulls, and Batsy does pull a zone here, so Aiden is once again emoting on a max pull, maybe focus on the rotate. And Aiden takes the first shot onto Shank. We're seeing the first fight break out. Batsy's currently in a fight right here. Now, he does have that mythic, but then again, you have to remember he doesn't have that level of ammo. Just like a risky rotate, but he doesn't get punished for it that much. He's in a fight, but he's looking to back off as there's other people looking towards him. But Dash looking to key this player. This looks to be Aiden. And he takes down Aiden. Aiden has the reboot on his side, but in this zone, this late in the game, is it even useful? Batsy looking for shots onto Aiden, but it looks to be Kiki in the air, and Batsy hits him for 176. Is he going to push that? It doesn't look like it. Batsy shoots Shank right there for 82. Really building up the damage and griefing the rest of the lobby, which is really beneficial for him. As reboots are about to end, Aiden looks to be shambles here. Doesn't have much loot. It's good that you do spawn in with this loot later in the game. Rule sneaking over here, not even thinking about building. Doesn't feel like he needs to. He has that gold hunting rifle, and that is something you can really carry. One thing you should pay attention to is how he has 2 launch pads and Flowberry Fizz in his inventory. You can play those in late game and skip quite a few zones, and he's really utilizing those advanced strategies. Kiki looking great here, and Batsy took down Aiden here. Dash in a fight with Shank, or sorry, Rule is in a fight with Shank here. Apparently, Batsy had died as well previously. He has 0 overshield, or maybe he lost the overshield in the fight with Aiden. And Rule uses his first launchpad with Fizz. Really puts into perspective how important that Fizz is. He does shoot Dash on backside, who's getting into a fight with Sinks. How is Dash going to take this fight, though? He does prioritize his rotate, which is very nicely played. But Sinks is looking to push Dash. He doesn't want to let this go. He wants to keep going with this fight. Shank is just sitting in the cone, waiting for the next rotate. Rule looking to use this second launch pad here in the sky. It just goes to show how overpowered the strategy is. Not a single person is looking up at him, and he can just sit up here, farming this placement. As Sinks takes down Kiki, and Dash is getting put into a defensive position here. Rule snipes Shank. What a way to go down. It is a 1v1v1v1. There is 4 people left. It is pulling through a building, so a lot of players are using that. Dash taking some storm to get in here, but he needs to make sure that he's getting in. He's being held. Dash does get that return fire on the Batsy who was holding him, and that sort of pushes Batsy back a bit. He's forced to heal up, and as boring as the early game may have been, the end game does not lack surprises as Dash takes down Sinks. Beautiful lurk there, waiting in that tarp, knowing that Sinks is going to go through that. Sinks was getting a lot of eliminations, but Batsy went down to 0 builds. And Dash takes down Batsy. It is a 1v1 between Dash and Rule. The duo, the teammates, will just decide who the better player truly is. Dash has a little miscommunication between himself with the heals, but he does pull through the building and he has to make it through. Rule is just sitting on high ground. He has nothing to worry about. Dash, on the other hand, he has to get up. Now he's notified Rule that he has that grappler, that he can get up. But Dash does have 7 builds left in his name, but Rule only has 1. This could be a really crazy play. Rule does have the better position, but the more materials matter. The 1v1, and Rule takes the win. Dash whiffs the shot. And that is game number 1 goes to Rule.
Dash, you're using these launch pads to get around the map early game instead of Rule with the strategy last game to use them in late game. Batsy is in a fight right now. He just has the exotic Lawless Trinity rifle. He finishes off Kiki, taking his time, patience to reload. Dash hears someone open a supply drop near him, and instantly he's gonna pop that Flowberry Fizz and try to shockwave onto them. But he's just unable to spot them. He doesn't know where they are. A lot of loot in the area, but doesn't see them in. There he is. He spots him, but Dash is getting shot from every angle. He has to take this slow. He has to play this smart. It looks like everyone is in this area. The entire lobby is just in this single area looking at the fight. Super risky play to get into these fights here, because when you have the whole lobby looking at you, then you die really fast. He's gonna aggress this, try to get a lurk on him. And it looks like the lobby has cooled down a bit. Batsy's in a fight right here. Against Shank, the own duo. Both teammates are fighting each other. Batsy does get the better of that. Sinks does have the god strat to sit in the bush. Sinks might know Sinks does have his AR out, but he just doesn't look for the shot there. Or does he? He does actually get that. And Rule is eliminated out of the sky by Kiki, probably the best aimer in this lobby. But Sinks is getting keyed by someone. Immediately disengaging, does not want to be a part of that. He does have the rift to go. He gets looked at by everyone now. It does look like everyone is going to look up at that rift. Looks like it's good for now, but Dash is getting into Kiki's box. Dash eliminates Kiki, and Shank does take down Rule once again. Everyone is looking shambles here. Rule looks like he's just gonna try to get anything out of this game he can. He is currently winning the tournament, but it doesn't look like he'll be able to keep that up. He's stuck with this loot. Pix seems to be the only person in this lobby who has a very viable loadout. Very good materials, good heals, decent mobility. It is a 2-tick at the moment. Shank is able to buy that med kit from the vending machine, but he has no mobility. It's going to be a 5-tick, and he needs to get in. For now, it's okay. He's going to try to find someone on the backside. He's going to try to get in. He needs to get those materials from that body. He's not going to have much going into this endgame unless he gets this refresh here. And he just gets sniped by ticks as well. Shank just goes down to Batsy. Not without a fight here. He does have almost no HP left, but he also does have a lot of heals here. And he has zone on his side as well. To be that everyone's playing endgame. And someone hops on his head. That's Tix using the launch pads, and he gets right onto Sinks' head, does that damage. And it's not going to be an issue for him as well, because whoever was shooting him just does not have that level of firepower with the fire rate on his gun. And Dash, knowing he has people near him, he prioritizes his front side rotate, but everyone else has to rotate at the same time too, knowing he will not get looked at. He just gets in as well, right side Dash. Just to hope that he doesn't get looked at here. Who and Batsy are going to need a refresh here. Higgs goes for a snipe but misses, and Batsy's able to get that elimination. but going for the refresh, it's just not worth it. And Rule takes down Batsy. Just doesn't shoot his shotgun, and 500 wood. Dash takes down Sinks with the Retro Revolver. Dash looking to get the revenge. It's a 1v1 situation, just like last game, but this time, Dash looking to make the outcome be way more different than last game. Rule is low, but might not be low enough. Rule gets that snipe onto Dash. Both users are really good and talented at the hunting rifle. But Rule only has 2 builds. He gets that 100 pump. This is not looking too great for Dash. Dash has the mat advantage. And him shockwaving like that is going to put Rule in the most uncomfortable position ever. He's going to have to grapple down. Does he know he has his grappler? Gets a 50 pump. They both missed many shots. What's it going to be here? Both players really low. One good shot is all it takes for these players' games to be over. But Dash has that high ground with 180 mats. And Dash takes home the win, taking that revenge from last game, and is able to capitalize on his material advantage. Let's see how Dash is feeling after this game. Yo, how you feeling after that game, bro? Good shit.
Great. Almost sold it, but I still won.
It's all good. What matters is you won. You got your revenge from that last game, right?
Of course. Rule's never beating me again. That was a one-time thing.
All right, well, let's see more from you, brother.
I will, bro. I'm winning this one too. Watch.
All right, I'll be watching. Let's do that. Dash getting a second in his first game and winning that last game shot him straight into first place. And he had the most eliminations out of everyone else. You're playing Storm. He does have the Nitro Fist. It's only available on the Oasis map. Sinks finds a pizza, and that's going to help him a lot this game. Yovo is playing a Storm. He does have a really good loadout here. Gold Gatekeeper and Purple Attack AR. And he's going to want to try to get his materials up. That's all he needs to do. Ooh, looking to get some king here. And that is Sinks shooting at him, pushing him. He does want to get his kills up in this tournament. I don't think he likes the fact that Dash has more kills than him. He sees the 2 players fighting. He knows one of them is low. He's most definitely going to push that. And everyone is here. Shank is in this fight as well. We have Shank, Tix, Sinks, and Rule all in this fight. Shank might be getting a little too greedy. Tix trying to piece him up, but getting a little too carried away as he does get third partied. But Shank is just trying to get in. This is not looking good for Shank. He has 1 build. He needs to pop those pizzas. And Tix looking to play full aggressive here. But Shank takes Tix down. At the same time, Aiden takes Sinks down. But now we have Batsy pushing in, taking down Shank as well. Just sweeping up all these kills and getting all this loot for him. Setting himself up for this end game. And Kiki does have 0 reboots left to play Storm. Forced to try to make something good out of this game. He needs to get up in this leaderboard right now. He needs to make something happen. Things trying to get back into this game as well. No reboots left as well. That does mean no overshield for this rest of this end game. And same time he's getting pushed. Looks like his game might be over. And Aiden takes Sinks down for the full kill. But there is another player pushing in. He hits 190 on the Tix. Aiden really trying to prove himself in this game. He missed 1 game, but he doesn't want to let that slow him down. He has the advantage there. Aiden picking up many eliminations. He has 4 eliminations this game. He's still trying to get back into this game, get it back in his groove, and he does have a pretty viable loadout here. Yopo looking to get in early here as well. He's playing the dead side well, prioritizing he gets him safe, and he does have the 3 med kits. 1 he might pop right now, and the other 2 might use for a heal off or playing Storm later. A very good idea from Yofo here. Dash is camping this loot. He hits the pad right in front of him. But he doesn't have an AR. He just has a Wrecker Revolver. And Shank is going to actually disengage. Trying to play a Storm maybe and try to wrap around. And then just avoid Rule entirely. Batsy just playing alone in this cone here. Playing very safe. There is a player right beside him, but... And the reboots are disabled. And Aiden is just looking to key again. But is he going to recognize this good player? This is Rule he's keying. He does instantly recognize that, and he just tries to play smarter. He's making space. He's gonna have to play this carefully. And Rule ultimately just takes him down. The pump into the Mammoth Pistol combo that is very hard to defend. Yopo looks like he may have taken fall damage a bit. And Tati is just not gonna let him pop that medkit. And he almost takes down Batsy, but Batsy gets that last shot on the right-hand peak. Yopo is down and out of this game as well. But Kiki is still in this somehow after losing all his lives. He's unable to get that shot and make it connect. Dash is just waiting to see if someone is going to rotate towards him. And Batsy, on the other hand, is ready. A lot of these players using these Nitro Fists as mobility. Something we love to see, but will he be able to use them to combat? And he lands on the Rule. Gets 100 damage almost. But that's going to go to the Overshield. It's not going to do enough. And Rule gets that Mammoth shot onto Batsy. He does hit the piece, but Batsy with those Nitro Fists, that's going to knock Rule back. And that might be death to him. And he just barely gets in on 7 HP. His fists. Rule goes down to Dash. No mats on him. Will Dash cover the Siphon materials? He might as well, as he gets a nice little refresh. And what we're seeing is very common trend here is Dash is always the most stacked going into these games. He has the most materials, the most health. And Batsy is looking to be on low health. But Dash takes down Batsy in a classic piece control. And it's a 1v1. He has made it to the final 2v2. There's a chance for both players. But Dash ultimately knows those high ground peaks better. He knows these angles. He's played these situations before and he has the reps in. He knows what to do and how to win these fights as Dash wins the 3rd game just like he promised. I guess Dash really wasn't lying. He won back-to-back games and he has the most eliminations in the entire tournament so far with 14 eliminations. He could really win this, but Rule isn't too far behind and neither is Batsy. Let's join Dash's call. Dash. I mean, you promised us and you told us to watch and we did.
Another win, bro. Too easy.
I mean, you are just always the most stacked player going into these end games. Always the most materials, most health, and always able to get those refreshes when you need to.
Yes, bro. Gotta play with confidence.
Keep your nerves calm and you're just able to get that piece in the end game and you're just able to finish these players really fast.
Everyone even had fists that game and I didn't, bro.
Let's keep seeing that from you, man.
Yep, another win right here.
All right, let's see it. And as you'll notice throughout the tournament, you'll see a lot of new names popping up, and that's just people who were late for the tournament who decided to show up anyways and start queuing late. And some of them actually outplace people who were playing from the beginning, so stick around to see that as well. Shank does have that purple Wrecker Revolver, really useful in these fights. It's going to be Sinks. Sinks and Shank are in a fight right here. Let's see this from Shank's perspective. Sinks does get that shot on him. And Sinks is just looking to get a chop on him, but not much Shank can do here with 0 builds. Sinks takes down Shank, and looks like Sinks is set up for this game, but not in terms of materials. He does not have as much. He only has Siphon materials, so thought Jiski just entering this tournament, but in his words, trying to make a top 5 still after being 3 games late. So let's see if he can do that. Yofo getting in a fight, but does get hit with a hunting rifle. Yofo showing off his mechanics, but mechanics is not what you need. He's versing Tix right here, and Tix does have the good awareness and good level of fighting to fight against someone who's just going to free build. He knows what to do. He knows how to capitalize on someone who doesn't protect their angles. But Tix looking to disengage from the fight, maybe even re-engage into the fight, but it looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. Waiting for Yofo to open up using that hunting rifle. Tix does seem to show that the hunting rifle is his gun. And Yofo pushing up at a height, but does Tix recognize the chop here? He's making space. Tries to get some piece, but Yofo, again, getting those small damage shots, but they do add up in these sort of fights. This looks to be the dragged out fight here. Everyone's playing their old builds, and does Yofo have the materials? Yofo dies to fall damage. Unsure whether or not that was intentional or not. He does have no builds, though. Seems that Tix is just unaware that he has no health left. Batsy looking like he just got a refresh. He has possibly the best loadout you could ask for here. And Tix is currently just around that last place on the leaderboard, but that is exactly why he's carrying this hunting rifle. He knows that if he makes one big headshot sight, he can turn around his game and he can win it. And that's literally all he needs to be back in the contender for winning. As Sinks takes out Aiden. Aiden is left on his last life, and Sinks is just left with the holy grail of loot here. I mean, there is literally everything you could possibly want. Just looking very well here, positioning here. He is carrying the Reaper sniper rifle at the moment, which is very good, and that's something that he could really utilize here in this box that he has. He also has 3 supply drops right on him, so Rule is going to take this supply drop here. Very close to Jiski. Jiski does start shooting at him. Rule has that mammoth pistol. You really can't take any peeks against that pistol. Dash is just on that body. 555. Everything he could possibly want. Rule gets that beautiful shot off to Aiden right there. The mammoth. Like I said before, the mammoth is just something that you really have to watch out for and reload. But Batsy has a lurk on Yofo. Does he know? Batsy almost losing this. Batsy's knocked out at 42 HP. Will Yoko be able to capitalize on this? Oh my, no. Yoko just barely loses that, and now he's going to be knocked into a position where he is just barely going to be able to get into this game. He's gliding in, but it looks like he might even just land right back where his old builds are. Dash just gets the most amazing snipe ever on that. And that's Yoko out of this game completely. Another hunter check for Dash. Dash and Rule are both very well known for their hunting rifle skills. It's full 7-player endgame here. And Jiski takes down Aiden. That's going to be a refresh for him, and he has a lot of materials now. He is right back in this game. Jiski needs to make stuff happen this game for him to get back on top of the leaderboard. And someone else is going to contest him for height. That's Batsy contesting him for height. But Rule is just not going to let that slide. He wants that height. He wants to make it be known that nobody takes height from him. But with the wood that he has, is he going to still aggress it? He won't have to worry about fall damage. And he drops down on the Batsy. He gets that beautiful kill. That's what the Gatekeeper does there. And Dash and Kiki are fighting on low ground, but Dash has 0 builds left. That's going to be whoever can get the kill. And Rule takes down Dash. No materials on both players, but Dash just doesn't have a secondary besides the hunting rifle, and that's not going to help him in that scenario unless he hits that shot. Now it's Rule versus Kiki. Kiki does have that amazing aim, but is he going to put it to work right now? He's going to use those mats well. Kiki has 0 builds. He has to play his old mats now. All his old builds are here, so he's just going to play them as well as he can. Kiki on 5 HP. Can he make things happen? It matters, and no, Rule takes the win. Kiki goes down. And does that put Rule in first place? Rule winning that game solidified his place in second and put him only 10 points behind Dash, meaning that this was a 2-horse race for first place between Dash and Rule, the duo. Let's run Rule's call and see how he's feeling after this win. Yo?
Yo.
How are you feeling after the win, bro?
Yeah, just gotta catch up. Maybe get another win.
Yes, sir. You just gotta win this game and make sure you outplace Dash, and
Hope he dies early too.
just gotta hope he gets into that great position. He's been doing really well at making sure he's stacked going in these end games, but so are you. So keep farming everyone else with those mammoth shots and those hunting rifle shots, and you're good to go.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, see ya. Good luck. Now, going into this final game, Rule's plan was simple. He wanted to find Dash in early game and eliminate him quickly so that he would be wiped from the game, and Rule would try to win the game with as many kills as possible. Try to maximize as many points from this game as he could. He needed a big game, and he needed Dash to have a terrible game, but it's much harder than it sounds. All right, this is game number 5, and it's the last game. It is a battle between first and second, but third place is still up for some earnings. Aiden dead to Dash right here. Dash picking up this elimination. He has 2 eliminations already. Really needing to sort of put that nail in the coffin, trying to make sure that he establishes this win. Rule is also looking to get some kills here. He has 1 already, and he's chasing down this respawn. As soon as he saw it, he knows that he needs to get that elimination. I think it's a no-scope onto what appears to be... Actually, I wouldn't know. That Yofo. It is Yofo. He gets that kill right there, and he puts him up to 2 kills. But he hears another player beside him, popping on his head. Who is that? Rule almost takes the fall damage. He just splat on the ground. Now he really needs to heal up. He's left at 1 HP. He needs to have this game to be a win. He needs to outplace Dash here and hope that Dash just doesn't get second. If he can locate Dash and quickly eliminate him, then he will be able to win the tournament. Dash is playing this one really safe, playing medkits in Storm and wearing a skin that you wouldn't really expect Dash to wear, because he doesn't wear this skin a lot of the times. I think he knows that that's what Rule's going to be looking for, a skin that Dash would usually wear. One is Shank finds a llama. Beautiful here, and Shank does need to have a big game here with lots of kills to get into the earnings section here. Batsy is in that 3rd place. He would have to have a crazy game, and Rule would have to have a terrible game for him to actually make something out of this. Jiski has eyes on Rule. Hits her on 1 bullet, but it's a collateral AR. It's not going to be much damage there with 1 bullet from that range. But Aiden is looking to key in this as well and use the Nitro Fist to try to get some eliminations here. Hits him hard, but we got a 3rd party here. Jiski, he hits him for 173, but Jiski right back, and this just might be a free donation to Rule here. As Jiski is knocked down to 27 HP, and there is no siphon right now. He gets down to 27 again. That pizza saved his life. And Dash still playing that Storm, still playing it safe, hoping that everyone else gets eliminated before he does. Sync's looking to push in. Might be Shank right here. It is. And Shank just gets that return damage very nicely. It's not going to be an easy kill. But Sync's is just playing beautiful angles here. Knows how to play his boxes right. And Shank, he's going to disengage. He gets that beautiful 100 pump. That's the opening up that damage nicely. Shank in a fight. And Shank is third party by Dash. Dash is able to steal elimination, and he eliminates 6 as well. Dash is racking up these kills like it's nothing with 4 eliminations already, and he's looking to get his 5th. Rule's just gonna play dead side. He takes Shank down completely. That's the second time he's taken Shank down and goes down and out of this game. That is Dash. But Sinks was just getting in. Sinks is fighting everyone. Can't forget Kiki here. He's lurking in the shadows, waiting for someone to slip up, and Batsy's just aware of that. He's very aware of Kiki there. Dash just waiting for anyone to rotate his way, eventually get a free kill. But in a 1v1v1 situation like this, when you're in the top 3, it's mostly just a lurk fest here. Because everyone's just trying to scramble around and make everything they can out of this game. No matter of who can conserve their mats better and keep their health up, and Batsy's just going to do just that. Hitting Dash for around 80 damage almost, and Dash is going to be forced to use a lot of his heals. Kiki tries to aggress Batsy, but Batsy instantly aware, and Kiki notices that, immediately avoids that. Kiki looking to push Dash. Gets 20 damage to start it off, but it won't be enough as Dash builds to height. He's going to have to drop down. He takes down Batsy. Kiki's in a 1v1 with Dash. They're both back, but Dash wins the game. Your reload rundown champion is Dash. What a way to end the tournament off. And that was it. Dash won the tournament with 105 points, almost 30 points more than second place. He had 22 eliminations and 3 out of the 5 wins in the entire tournament. And Rule had 2 out of 5 as well. Though Dash and Rule, the duo, they both got every single game. Let's see how Dash feels about this. Yo, Dash.
Yo.
Congratulations, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, what a way to end the tournament off. You just win the last game like it was nothing. That's what, 3 wins that tournament?
Yes, bro. 3 out of 5 and Rule 1 too. So
I mean,
so
well played
close,
from
bro.
both of you guys. That was an insane watch, and you just played that perfectly, playing that Storm the entire early and mid game and just rotating in and being everyone, literally everyone you saw, and you just were able to pick up every elimination.
I just get stacked and I just ran at everybody, bro. I always have loot advantage in my fights, so I always win.
Yes, sir. All right, congratulations, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.